She said it between bites of roasted salmon. Calm, confident, like she was announcing vacation plans. "I'm getting my tubes untied," she smiled. "My ex wants kids now." The room went still. The clink of cutlery stopped mid-air. I stared at her, studying every muscle in her face. She didn't flinch. She believed I'd sit there, silent, loyal, disposable. She thought I'd raise another man's child. I smiled back. "Follow your heart," I said. And that was the moment I stopped loving her. We had been married 11 years, built a life brick by brick, shared dreams, a home, a rhythm. I used to think we were a team. Turns out I was just her safety net. She had always been ambitious, charming, the kind of woman who fills a room. I mistook attention for affection, devotion for love. But betrayal has a way of peeling the truth clean. It started small, late nights at work, sudden silences when I entered a room. She guarded her phone like a child with a secret. Then the scent of cologne that wasn't mine clung to her scarf one morning. I didn't confront her, I just watched. Observation is sharper than anger. One night she fell asleep on the couch, phone unlocked. A message blinked. "Can't wait to start our family. You're finally free soon." I stared at those words until they burned into my mind. Free. She was freeing herself from me. But I wasn't going to scream or beg. No, I was going to prepare. The next morning I called my lawyer. We'd been friends since college. He listened. Quietly. Then he said, "You have 2 months before she files anything. Move first." So I did. I froze the accounts, shifted the investments, moved assets to my business trust. Everything legal. Everything silent. She didn't notice. She was too busy scheduling her freedom. I made copies of everything. Her texts, her emails, her messages to her ex. The ones where she called me boring, predictable, safe. The ones where she promised him my house, my money, my future. And still, I said nothing. Because silence makes noise when it breaks. The night before her surgery, she asked me to drive her to the hospital. "I want you there," she said softly. "You're still my husband." I looked at her, this woman who used to be my everything, and I realized she didn't love me. She loved what I gave her. So I said yes. One last favor. At dawn, I drove her to the clinic, held her hand as she signed the forms, kissed her forehead before she went in. And when those doors closed behind her, I made my final move. By the time she woke up from anesthesia, my lawyer had filed for divorce. Her access cards were disabled. Her name removed from every joint account. Even her car, the one I bought, was registered to the company now. Every door she thought she owned, I had quietly locked. 2 hours later, her lawyer called me, panicked. "Mr. Hale," he said, "this is highly unusual. She just had surgery." I told him I was aware. Then I said, "Tell her I'm following my heart." He went silent, then hung up. She came home that night, groggy, confused, stitched. The locks didn't work. Her key clicked uselessly. I watched from my office window as realization spread across her face. Her bags were on the porch, her clothes, her jewelry, all neatly packed. I had even labeled the boxes. She called me 17 times that night, left messages that swung between fury and despair. But I didn't answer. Because what do you say to someone who spent years rehearsing lies? The divorce went through faster than I expected. My lawyer was efficient. Her side was disorganized. She didn't get the house, didn't get the accounts, didn't even get her own narrative. Because in court, her messages were evidence, proof of infidelity, intent, manipulation. Her ex didn't show up once. He ghosted her right after the surgery. Guess he didn't want kids that badly after all. She tried to contact me once more, months later, said she wanted to talk. I replied with a single line, "Talk to your heart. You followed it once." People think revenge needs fire, shouting, chaos, confrontation. It doesn't. Sometimes it's just stillness, precision, letting the truth collapse under its own weight. She taught me how to trust, then how to stop. And in the silence she left behind, I found something unexpected: peace. I don't celebrate what I did, but I don't regret it either. Justice doesn't always come from courts or prayers. Sometimes it comes from knowing when to stop playing someone's game and quietly rewriting the rules. So yes, she got her tubes untied. She wanted a new life. I just made sure she had to start it from scratch. And that, I suppose, is what happens when you mistake calm for weakness. Because I warned her, in my own way, to follow her heart. She just didn't expect mine to stop beating for her.